Every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it, don't wait for it, just let it happen. It can be a shirt from your favorite store, it can be a catnap in your favorite chair, or it can be 2 cups of hot, good, black coffee. These are the words of Special Agent Dale Cooper to Sheriff Harry S. Truman in the show Twin Peaks. Now, Twin Peaks is a masterpiece by artist David Lynch. If you've never watched the show, you really need to just drop everything and do it. One of the many charming things about this show is baby boy Special Agent Dale Bartholomew Cooper. I fell in love with this man from the moment I saw him, and for many reasons Dale Cooper is a wonderful character, probably one of the best television characters ever created. But one of the things about him I love the most is his appreciation for the simple things in life. Does this make him a hedonist? No. It makes him truly appreciate the little things. From his very famous affinity for good coffee, to his even more famous affinity for good pie, to his love of trees, just his genuine, open-hearted love for the simplest, most beautiful things in life. Seeing a chickadee on a Dodge Dart, looking at ducks on the lake, or getting his ass totally rolled by a goose in the park. Dale Cooper is going to live life to the fullest in the way of a Taurian man, by absolutely taking advantage of the little wonderful things that make life. This is why I think Dale Cooper is the prime example of someone born under the constellation of Taurus, the bull, the coolest of the zodiac mascots. The Taurian people, or the Taurus, the bull, are born between the dates of April 19th and May 20th. Venus is the planet that rules Taurus, and it is exalted in Taurus, because Taurus is a very Venusian sign. It's all about appreciating beauty, music, art, food, all of the finer things in life. Whenever I think about Taurus season, I think about a resplendent painting like Botticelli, Primavera, or a beautiful play like A Midsummer's Night's Dream, or Sleeping Beauty, or, hey, The Nutcracker. Because Taurus is the season in which we embrace the simple things in life, in which we look out into the world, as Dale Cooper does, and instead of looking for the great aspirations, the grand gestures, the life and world-changing events, which are very, very important, instead, we look at the little, wonderful moments that make up life. Enjoying a nice dinner, smelling the roses, watching the bees collect pollen and drink nectar, listening to a good song at a concert, or going to an art museum to admire art. All of these things are in the spirit of Taurus, because Venus, the lover of all things beautiful, is exalted here. But Taurus also teaches us to slow down. Because, like its mascot, the bull, Taurus is steady and fixed, and therefore giving it more opportunity to truly appreciate the beauty in life. It always makes me think of this children's story called Verdi. It's by an author named Janelle Cannon. She also wrote a very charming book called Stella Luna about a little baby fruit bat. You should check out both of these books ASAP. In the book Verdi, I believe he is an emerald boa. Of course, as the book explains, baby emerald boas are born bright yellow, and Verdi does, despite his name, does not want to grow up into the big emerald-colored boa constrictors because he thinks they are boring. He thinks they're foolish. He thinks they are quite dumb to sit around all day and do nothing. He thinks they're lazy. And however, through circumstances in the book, which I will not give away, Verdi is injured in a way in which he must lie still for a very long time with only the help of the adult boas. In this time, Verdi learns to put aside his resentment, his rage and bitterness over his circumstance, and he decides to move ahead in his life. But how does he do this? Does he look towards the great end of his recovery, which he cannot see? He cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel? Well, at first he tries to, but then hopelessness brings him down. And it is at that time that he begins to really come to terms with peace and happiness in his soul when he just looks around at the beautiful world around him. A butterfly, a monkey, a blooming flower, maybe a sloth. All of these things Verdi sees in the jungle, crawling, flying, and existing around him. And that is when he truly learns the lesson of why he is here. He must learn to be patient, and while being patient, truly come to enjoy the small, wonderful things that make life worth living. It's like John Lennon always said, life is what happens when you're making other plans. Sure, great aspirations, great ambitions are wonderful to strive for, and we should do them, but we also shouldn't forget to take the time out for ourselves. Verdi's story always makes me think of my time in cancer treatment during this past year and throughout my cancer diagnoses in the past decade. There were times when I just had to lie still, when I just really wanted to give up. I couldn't see the end of the tunnel. I couldn't see a cure. I couldn't see how this treatment was helping me. After 4 cancer diagnoses, things looked so dire. And the way I got through it was very much like Verdi. I was forced to lie still. I was forced to just look around at the beautiful things in life, no matter how small or how simple. If I could look around from my bed or my chair where I was confined, or my hospital room, or the transplant unit, like Dale Cooper, if I could see a chickadee out the window, or maybe have a strawberry ice cream I really loved, I thought, okay, there's 2 nice things in a day. Maybe I can live till tomorrow and get another nice thing. And that is how I made it from day to day, by focusing on these simple things in life that make it worth living. Having a sandwich with your friends, getting a hug from your kid, watching a horror film you've been dying to see with your best friend. These are all things I got to do while I was in cancer treatment, because I was just too sick to do anything else. I had never stopped to really focus on my own self-care, because I was raised in an environment where anyone, especially a woman, had to take time out for herself. She was branded as selfish, when that is a terrible, toxic way to look at things, because everyone needs self-care. And the fact that I had to go through cancer treatment to finally realize that just kind of shows a reflection on our society. It makes me think of 2 more things. One from the movie Wonder Woman and one from the movie Saving Private Ryan. In Wonder Woman, when Wonder Woman is dancing with Steve, she asks him what people do when they aren't at war, because war is all she has ever known. Instead of giving her a great, grandiose answer about how great things will be when the war is over, or how we can build a better society, Steve just kind of gives a nice, quiet answer. He says, people dance, they listen to music, they listen to records, they go to concerts, they eat breakfast, they read the paper, they go on walks. He's focusing on the little things that he held so dear, because that is what he sees as the truly important things in life. Enjoying life with the people you love. Some other great Taurians that I headcanon is Beverly Katz from the show Hannibal. I canon her as being born on May 8th. So I love Beverly Katz. She's one of my favorite TV characters, like Dale Cooper, for a lot of reasons, her crack shot being one of them. But one of my favorite things about Bev is how she is always Will Graham's good time buddy. Every time he's getting down, she's always there at his shoulder to tell him, hey, look up, man, it's okay. Let's go out and enjoy things. And some people headcanon them as lovers, but I just always saw them as being the very best of friends. As Bev being that great Taurian friend who is just always getting Will out of his shell, always bringing him out in the world, always checking in on him, and always reminding him that life was more than death and gloom, which is really all he saw in his visions. And he reciprocated it with her. Their friendship is one of the most beautiful in television, and I love it. And I also love how I can headcanon their relationship as just a friendship between a boy and a girl, which I think is kind of lacking in television and entertainment. And that's why it's great to have Taurian friends, because like Bev, they're always just getting you out of the house. They're forcing you to see the beauty and joy and simple pleasures in the world. I love Taurians. I have so many friends and loved ones who are Taurians. My mother-in-law is a Taurian. My baby niece is a Taurian. And yeah, they're just like Bev is to Will. Me being a Pisces like Will, and they being Taurians. And always just getting me out and saying, hey, don't focus on the gloom and doom. Don't try to look towards the end of the race, which you cannot visualize. Instead, look at things one day at the time. Just knowing that you can find some simple pleasure in every day you exist. And that's why Taurians are just truly beautiful people. You see Venus's love and beauty and affection and decadence just shine through them. It comes out of their pores. It shines in their eyes. They're just gorgeous people. Also, Taurians are hella beautiful. I've never met an unattractive Taurian. I just want to say that they're beautiful in mind and body. So before we go, let's talk about some pairings. Some Taurian pairings we love with other zodiac signs. First of all, we have Leo and Taurus. I am a Leo, and I have many friends and loved ones who are Taurians. This is not a love compatibility rundown. It's just, I like to see these two signs existing together as friends, maybe as siblings or as relatives, parent-child, and also as lovers. They're just two signs that go really well together. I'm a Leo. I have lots of Taurian friends. With us being the lion, a kind of pack animal, and then Taurian, of course, being a herd, their mascot being a herd animal, we can kind of see eye to eye on a lot of things. We both, as the bull draws his herd around him, the lioness draws her pride around her. And the bull and the lion are two very proud figures. Taurus and Leo have a lot of pride, and they recognize it in each other. They recognize that dignity in each other. I see myself and my mother-in-law in that way. We very much have that understanding, and it's really beautiful. I really love it. Another pairing I love is Virgo and Taurus. This is probably my favorite pairing with Taurus. They're both earth signs. Great minds think alike. Virgo, of course, is ruled by Mercury, the mind. But they really balance each other out. And they're more different than you'd think. You would think with them being two earth signs, they'd be super similar, but they have a lot of differences. Virgo is very in their head. Taurus, being ruled by Venus, very in their heart. And they balance each other out beautifully in that way. I headcanon Zeller, Brian Zeller from Hannibal, as a Virgo. And him and Bev are just so cute together. They're just as cute as buttons. It's one of the reasons I don't ship her and Will. I just want her to get together with Zeller. They are adorables. And of course, I've talked about Will Graham and Bev Katz as a Pisces man and a Taurus woman. Whether you ship them as having a romance, or like me, you ship them as having just a... Either way. But another Pisces and Taurus pairing I love is Sheriff Harry S. Truman and Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks. I headcanon Sheriff Truman as a Cancer sun and Pisces moon, and of course Dale is an Aries, Taurus cusp, Scorpio moon, and I love their energy. We have it's a great inversion of tropes. You have the out of town law G-man, and he's like telling the small town sheriff, hey man, slow down, you gotta slow down, you gotta really look at things and like enjoy things and like find the pleasure in life. And Harry being more anxious and like trying to take care of everyone, and it's a beautiful relationship. Talking about some of the best relationships in television history, Harry S. Truman and Dale Cooper, 5 ever. I don't know how you ship them as just friends, colleagues. I ship them as lovers. They knew what they were doing. Okay, they knew what they were doing. Another pairing I love is Gemini and Taurus, and talk about opposites attract. You have Gemini, an air sign, trickster energy, light on their feet, talk, run, always moving, and then you have Taurus, fixed earth, just steady, I'm here, I'm enjoying the simple pleasures in life. And it's just, it's great energy between them. You have, and it's just opposites attract energy. And this has a lot of like different things have to be going on in the charts for this to work. But one of my favorite pairings is Emma Frost from X-Men and Cable, Nathan Summers. And I don't think they ever had like a romance in the comics, but I am writing a fan fiction in which they are ex-lovers and they become lovers again, and it really works with Cable being this really salty time traveler and Emma being this really decadent, beautiful princess. I just really love it. So I hope you guys enjoy Taurus season. Get out there and enjoy the finer things in life. Whether that's a new shirt, a catnap in your favorite chair, or 2 good black cups of coffee. I'll see you in Gemini season. We love you, friends.